Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Pagani Design PD1696 homage to a Seiko turtle. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Addie's Dive 2034, and Gregor's wearing the last of my Pagani party, the PD1780. Gregor said that Master Skywalker told him he entered a sandwich making contest. He entered his favorite sandwich that Aunt Beru used to make, which had ahi, tuna, and Colby cheese. Gregor asked him if he won. Luke said no. He entered the sandwich before, and the Colby ahi Beru seems to be a no-win combination. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. Comes in this typical Pagani Design box. I've seen a million of them, and so have you. Unless, of course, you're new to my channel. And instead of going over the contents of the box, we'll just go straight to the watch. And here it is. Isn't that a nice looking watch? And look, it has a turtle on it. And turtle's not a registered trademark, so I can say it all I want. Turtle, 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 turtle. This is yet another Pagani design for my Pagani party video. This one has been out a while, and I was sure tempted to review it, but other watches came up and I never got around to it. But now I am rectifying that with this review. This is an homage to a Seiko turtle and not a king turtle, as it does not have the waffle dial, ceramic bezel, or cyclops, although it does have a sapphire crystal. Turtle is also the watch's nickname and not a registered trademark, so I can actually call it a turtle without violating a trademark, although it still might anger certain watch purists who don't like homages and only consider real Seikos to be turtles. These same purists would complain that unlike, say, a Submariner, a turtle is available and affordable. If you have been following my channel and seen the countless homages I've reviewed, you know that I have no such qualms with this or any other homage as long as it is properly branded and not a fake or replica. And in all honesty, I don't think Seiko has an issue either, since the lifeblood of the Chinese homage industry is the NH35 or NH36 movement, which is made by Seiko, and if Seiko had an issue with Chinese homages, they could simply stop supplying movements to third-party manufacturers. Case in point, Seiko recently came out with a GMT version of this popular movement, but only released 3 watches with it and immediately released it to third-party watchmakers, including the Chinese homage companies such as Pagani Design, and now the NH34 is in countless GMT Master 2 homages sold on AliExpress. This PY1696 comes in 4 different colorways: black, blue, and Pepsi bezel with black or blue dials. There is also a rubber strap option. I chose the Pepsi bezel with blue dial because they were all out of the black dial Pepsis when I ordered it. Not sure if Pagani Design is still making it, as there weren't a ton of options on AliExpress. The watch is 42.2 millimeters at the bezel, but 44.5 millimeters if you measure at the case. 47.8 millimeters lug to lug with inverted end links. Always like inverted end links. It's 14.2 millimeters thick, including this dome sapphire crystal. Has a 22 millimeter lug width and weighs 179 grams on the supply bracelet with 3 links removed. So yeah, 179 grams and 45 millimeters. This is a big watch. The bezel is aluminum, not ceramic. And the action's pretty good. It's kind of light, but not, I don't think it's too light. And there's a little play in it, not horrible. And the clicks are solid. And it looks like everything lines up. Although the 30 doesn't seem to be lined up, but the Lume pip seems to be lined up. So close enough. I guess if you had a real Seiko, it'd be like this too. Then we have the dial. The dial is blue with a sunburst effect. Once again, there's the black dial available for the Pepsi, but it just wasn't available when I bought this one. I think I would have preferred the black dial with the Pepsi. Then on the bottom it says automatic, and then it says divers with an apostrophe S. And you're not supposed to do that unless you're ISO 6425 certified, and this watch is most definitely not, because you cannot buy a watch for under $100 because each watch has to be tested, and that's just not going to happen in this price range. And it says 200 meters, and I don't have the equipment to test if that's accurate or not. Then we have applied lume indices. And then we have the hands. We have your fence post minute hand, then you have your arrow tip hour hand, and then you have a second hand with a loomed lollipop counterbalance. And then the rest of the second hand is red, so it kind of stands out in the blue a little bit better. Unlike that Timex I had the other day where the second hand was green on blue and you could hardly see it. And then we have a day date at the 3, because this is an NH36 movement, which has the day of the week and the day of the month. And a real Seiko turtle would have that kind of movement too. Then we have a sign screw down crown at the 4. The 4 helps it not dig into your wrist. It's nicer on a big watch like this. And then the thread action feels fine. It takes quite a bit of turns to unthread it, but there didn't seem to be a lot of resistance. And then when you go to screw it back down, it catches right away. You don't feel like you're going to strip it. And then we have a dome sapphire crystal. This is indeed sapphire. I tested it, and it's indeed a single dome because you can see all that distortion. There's lots of reflection though, so I seriously doubt if there's any AR coating, because look at all that reflection. And I'm always cleaning this thing because it just seems to get dirty easy, and I wish there was a little bit better clarity on this crystal. Then we have the case. The case is your typical cushion case of a Seiko dive watch. And this particular case is why it got the nickname the Turtle. And the nice thing about this kind of case though, it keeps the lug to lug fairly short, because even though this is almost a 45mm watch, the lug to lug is only 48, which isn't that bad. So the watch is a little bit more square than most watches. Then we have a screw down case back, and as I showed you earlier, it has a turtle on it. Turtle is not a registered trademark of Seiko. The turtle is just a nickname, so it's okay that Pagani Design is using that turtle. And then it gives stainless steel, gives the model number, then water resistant 200 meters, and this is a screw down, and it's not a coin edge. You have little notches for a wrench, so that's nice. Underneath the case back is the NH36 movement. This is basically the sister movement of the NH35. It's a 24 jewel movement that hand winds, hacks, and has a bidirectional rotor. And the biggest difference between this and NH35 is this has the day of the week complication. And they're usually fairly accurate right off the shelf, so let's put it on the Timegrapher and see how this one's doing. Here's the watch on the Timegrapher, and as you can see, this one's running way fast. Technically it's still within specs, but I'm not very happy with this one. Plus 17, plus some pretty good beat error, plus look at those dots all over the screen. I'm not sure what's going on with this one, but I've seen much better NH36 or 35 movements, and I think this one needs some serious regulation. The bracelet is a 3-link with solid end links. Then if you look at the center links, they have little polished edges on the center links, and they are not fully articulating. The center links are fixed with the side links. And we have push pin adjusters, not screw pins. Most Pagani designs have screw pins, but this one has push pins. I'm perfectly happy with push pins. As I always say, they're just easier, and I never have to worry about them coming out. I've had many a screw pin come out on me, but never a push pin. And then we have the clasp. It's just your basic press clasp. Pressed upper, milled lower. Scissor clasp with 3 holes to micro adjust. I don't know why they didn't add 4th one. A Seiko has a 4th one. It would have been nice if they would have matched. There's no diver's extension or anything taking up all the room, so there was plenty of room to add another micro adjust. I don't know why they didn't. Here's the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist. This is a big watch, but it doesn't wear as big as you would think, and it's comfortable, but it's heavy, 180 grams. It's getting up there. And once again, there's a ton of reflection on the crystal. And I removed 3 links to fit on my wrist, so you should be able to wear this 8 3/4 probably. Because I also moved it in a few holes of micro adjust too. So basically I took out 3 links, then moved it in 2 holes of micro adjust. So yeah, you should be able to wear this if you have a big wrist. Here we are in the Lume room. The Lume is somewhat unusual as we have a fully Lume bezel, which I don't think the Seiko even has. However, Seiko Lume on a diver is leagues above what you will see on a Pagani Design. As we see at the time, everything seems to start out pretty good with that green C3 glow, but then everything starts to fade pretty fast as this Lume doesn't have any legs. Looks like the Lume pip is the last to go. Unfortunately, not good Lume despite having a fully Lume bezel. What do I like about this watch? Well, it's a big fun dive watch that wears smaller than it is, and it looks great. It has a nice bracelet with inverted end links. And it does have a fully Lume bezel. What are my gripes and groans? Even though it has a fully Lume bezel, the Lume isn't very good. The crystal has a ton of reflection. And I noticed too, when doing the Lume test, the Lume pip isn't centered in the Lume triangle. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, this watch is great. It's a big solid 200-meter dive watch with great looks and tons of wrist presence. So yeah, I've been very happy wearing this watch. It's a lot of fun. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Pagani Design PD1696, and I will be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel, and if you like this watch and you want to purchase this watch, please use my affiliate link and I'll get a tiny commission, and I'll be able to buy some better watches for this channel. Bye.